Prime Minister Modi says India kills harbingers of terrorism by entering their homes, says no compromise with border security. And India has raised vociferous voice against expansionism and political will is there to reply strongly if it is tested. Saluting the valor and might of army jawans, Prime Minister Modi celebrates this year's Diwali with Indian troops in Jaisalmer. Addressing troops, he says the army's valor has always triumphed in every challenge. On Diwali Eve, Prime Minister appeals to people to light a lamp in honor of brave soldiers who protect Mother India. Also calls for making the vocal for local message meaningful by buying local products on the occasion of the festival. Prime Minister says that women are being encouraged to move forward similar to other areas in security system as the role of women power is being broadened. Diwali, the festival of lights, is being celebrated across the country today with much fervour. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi greet the nation on the occasion. Minister for External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar to represent India on East Asia Virtual Summit today, likely to discuss free, open, inclusive, transparent, rules-based, peaceful and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. Elon Musk, SpaceX and NASA jointly to launch astronauts on first fully operational commercial crew mission using Dragon capsule. Namaskar and welcome. DD News wishes all its viewers a very happy Diwali. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today celebrated Diwali with soldiers at the historic Longewala post of Jaisalmer district in Rajasthan. BSF Director General Rakesh Asthana, Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, Army Chief General MM Narwane also accompanied Prime Minister during this Diwali celebrations. Prime Minister paid rich tributes to the soldiers who lost their lives in the line of duty during his visit to Longewala in Jaisalmer. Later, Prime Minister addressed soldiers on this occasion. He said India is proud of its armed forces who protect the nation courageously.
मैं आज आपके बीच प्रत्येक भारतवासी की शुभकामनाएं लेकर आया हूं। आपके लिए कोटि कोटि देशवासियों का प्यार लेकर के आया हूं। हर वरिष्ठ जन का मैं आपके लिए आशीष लेकर के आया हूं। मैं आज उन वीर माताओं, बहनों और बच्चों को दीपावली की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। उनके त्याग को नमन करता हूं, जिनके अपने बेटे हो या बेटी आज त्योहार के दिन पर भी सरहद पर तैनात है।
On the occasion, Prime Minister Modi distributed sweets among soldiers. He praised the valor of Indian soldiers who have always triumphed in every challenge, whether it is the peaks of Himalayas, the stretch of the desert, or dense forests, or the depths of seas.
हिमालय की बुलंदियां हो, रेगिस्तान में बालू की ढेर हो, घने जंगल हो या फिर समंदर की गहराई हो, हर चुनौती पर हमेशा आपकी वीरता हर चुनौती पर भारी पड़ी है।
Prime Minister Modi also took a ride on a tank in Longewala and Jaisalmer. He said that every Indian is proud of the strength and might of Indian soldiers.
दुश्मन भी ये एहसास है कि भारत के जांबाजों की कोई बराबरी नहीं है। आपके इसी शौर्य को नमन करते हुए आज भारत के 130 करोड़ देशवासी आपके साथ मजबूती से खड़े हैं। आज हर भारतवासी को अपने सैनिकों की ताकत और शौर्य पर गर्व है। उन्हें आपकी अजेयता पर, आपके अपराजेयता पर गर्व है।
Prime Minister Modi also visited a museum centre at Longewala Post in Jaisalmer, and in a stern message, Prime Minister warned that befitting response will be given if anyone attempts to test India's power.
आज भारत की रणनीति साफ है, भारत की रणनीति स्पष्ट है। आज का भारत समझने और समझाने की नीति पर विश्वास करता है, समझने की भी और समझाने की भी। लेकिन अगर हमें आजमाने की कोशिश की, फिर तो जवाब भी उतना ही प्रचंड मिलेगा।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also addressed Air Force personnel in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. He said on this auspicious day of Diwali, there is tradition of making rangoli of Riddhi Siddhi or Shubh Labh in front of the gates. And he added that the idea of doing this is to bring prosperity.
साथियों, दीपावली के दिन दरवाजे या गेट के सामने शुभ लाभ या तो रिद्धि सिद्धि ऐसी रंगोली की परंपरा रही है। इसके पीछे सोच यही होती है कि दीपावली पर हमारे यहां समृद्धि आए। अब जिस तरह घरों में दरवाजे होते हैं, वैसे ही तो राष्ट्र की हमारी सीमाएं हमारे राष्ट्र का एक प्रकार से द्वार होता है। तो ऐसे में राष्ट्र की समृद्धि आपसे है, राष्ट्र का शुभ लाभ आपसे है, राष्ट्र की रिद्धि सिद्धि आपसे है और आपके पराक्रम से है।
And praising the scientists, Prime Minister said our scientists are doing their best to develop vaccines to fight COVID. At the same time, scientists are also making missiles that have caught the attention of the nation. You can imagine how much the country's strategic strength has increased in the last few months, Prime Minister said.
कोरोना काल में वैक्सीन बनाने का प्रयास कर रहे वैज्ञानिकों के साथ ही मिसाइलें बनाने वाले हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने देश का ध्यान खींचा है। इस दौरान निरंतर खबरें आती रही कि आज इस मिसाइल का परीक्षण किया गया। आज उस मिसाइल की आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप की गई। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं कि बीते कुछ महीनों में ही देश की सामरिक ताकत कितनी ज्यादा बढ़ गई है।
Prime Minister said that as women are being encouraged to move forward in every sectors, including defense.
आत्मविश्वास को बढ़ाने के लिए बेटियों की भूमिका को विस्तार दिया जा रहा है। आज जिस प्रकार दूसरे क्षेत्रों में महिलाओं को आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया जा रहा है, उसी तरह हमारे सुरक्षा तंत्र में भी विमेन पावर की भूमिका को और व्यापक किया जा रहा है। आज वायुसेना और नौसेना में महिलाओं को कॉम्बैट रोल दिए जा रहे हैं। मिलिट्री पुलिस में भी बेटियों की भर्ती की जा रही है। बीएसएफ तो उन अग्रणी संस्थाओं में है जहां बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी में महिलाओं की भूमिका का लगातार विस्तार हुआ है।
Following the years that Prime Minister Modi has taken office, it has been his tradition to visit various states across the country to celebrate Diwali with army jawans, whether it is Siachen in Ladakh or in 2015 Dogra border outpost in Punjab, or Kinnaur in Himachal Pradesh, or for that matter Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir, or Gurez sector, or perhaps Kedarnath in Uttarakhand. And remember, in 2019 on October 27th, on occasion of Diwali, Prime Minister visited Rajouri border outpost, and this time around in Jaisalmer. In other news, Diwali, the festival of lights, is being celebrated all across the country today with much fervor. President Ramnath Kovind, in a tweet, has greeted his citizens on the occasion of Diwali. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, "On the auspicious occasion of Diwali, I extend my heartiest greetings and best wishes to all the fellow citizens living in India and abroad. May this grand festival of happiness and light bring delight, peace and prosperity to each and every house of our country." Unquote. The Vice President of India, M. Venkaiah Naidu, has also greeted the nation on the eve of Diwali. Following is the full text of the message. I quote, "I extend my warm greetings and good wishes to all my fellow citizens in India and abroad on the auspicious occasion of Diwali, the festival of lights. Celebrated with traditional fervour and zeal, Diwali signifies the victory of good over evil and reaffirms our belief in the noble ideals and morals of Lord Ram's life. The festival reminds us that we need to constantly quell the demonic forces and foster goodness and harmony in our society. Diwali celebrations transcend the boundaries of India. One can say it is one of the biggest celebrated festivals of the world. Indians living abroad celebrate Diwali with much fanfare and love. Diwali is always an occasion for family and friends to come together and celebrate. But this year, given the unprecedented health emergency due to COVID-19, I urge my fellow citizens to celebrate Diwali by adhering to COVID health and hygiene protocols. May this festival dispel the darkness of ignorance and kindle the light of knowledge and enlightenment. May it bring peace, harmony, prosperity and happiness in our lives." Unquote. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu's message to the nation on the occasion of Diwali today. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a tweet, also wished citizens of the country a happy Diwali. May this festival further the brightness and happiness. May everyone be prosperous and healthy. Prime Minister Modi's tweet to the nation on the occasion of Diwali today. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has also greeted the nation on Diwali. In a tweet, Amit Shah said, and I quote from the tweet, "May this auspicious festival of Diwali bring happiness and prosperity in the lives of all the countrymen. I wish for good health of all. Best wishes of Deepotsav." Unquote. Well, getting some news from Agartala, BSF jawans deployed in the Agartala-Akhura frontier checkpost in Tripura celebrated Diwali by lighting candles. These are the visuals. BSF jawans deployed in Agartala-Akhura border outpost celebrating Diwali by lighting these candles. Remember, this border outpost is closer to the Bangladesh border as well. And Diwali is the biggest festival of lights, and to mark the beginning of the celebrations last evening, Amritsar's iconic Golden Temple was illuminated with a sea of golden lights. Sikh worshippers walked through the Golden Temple's grounds to admire the illuminations, with one describing it as very pleasing to the eyes. BSE and NSE will conduct 1-hour special Muhurat trading session on the occasion of Diwali today. Now, the session will start at 6:15 p.m. and it will end at 7:15 p.m. The session will also, in fact, mark the beginning of a new Samvat or Samvat 2077, which is the Hindu calendar year that starts on Diwali. And it is believed that Muhurat trading brings prosperity and wealth throughout the year. The exchanges will remain closed on November 16th on the occasion of Diwali Bali Pratipada. My colleague Shama, in fact, joins us live from Mumbai there. Shama, from Muhurat to Diwali festivities at the NSE, BSE, as far and the way Mumbaikars are going to celebrate this Diwali around amid COVID crisis or COVID pandemic. But the festivities continue there. Over to you.
Yes, definitely. The festivities continue, and it was a long-awaited time that we really needed this time to enjoy, to celebrate, and to see the brighter side of the entire situation. Here we are here at the BSE, where the Lakshmi Pujan is currently going on, and if you see, usually this entire picture, entire scenario is way different. Lots and lots of people are present over here usually, but all cautions in place for avoiding and for preventing the spread of COVID virus, and therefore very little people are allowed at Lakshmi Pujan. After this, COVID warriors would be celebrated who have done excellent job while serving the humanity and helping the people during the COVID crisis. And after that, around from 6:15, the gong will be rung, and after that 6:15 is when the Muhurat trading begins. And if you see, the Muhurat trading is usually these computers. If you see, there are way many computers than this, but yes, this is a limited limited time where people would be allowed, limited people would be allowed, and that's why only 6 or 5 computers are allowed for the trading of Muhurat trading. You've already mentioned, when in this hour, one particular hour, it is expected that this particular time would be symbolizing the entire year that would follow, and that is why it is expected that this will bring all this luck and all the prosperity. Mostly people buy during this Muhurat trading, they don't sell, and that's why we also know that the markets usually trade good during this time. Apart from that, people are really happy celebrating Diwali. We've already discussed yesterday that most people are now towards vocal for local. They want local products, and they're celebrating with all the local products, handmade products. So yes, it is a Diwali for people as well as those poor people who are making these Diwali lanterns, diyas, earthen pots and everything. It's Diwali for them as well. So overall, with caution, Diwali is celebrated both at the BSE and overall Mumbai. Very limited firecrackers would be allowed only during the Lakshmi Pujan time. That's the evening. BMC has allowed those firecrackers which are sound, which are less of creating of less sound pollution. That is anar and the sparklers, what we call as fulgari. So ban on firecrackers as well to avoid the spread of COVID crisis, and also all functions are kept in mind, all necessary precautions are kept in mind while they are organizing any function. Sakal.
Shama, very quickly, Muhurat trading, if you could just once again, pan the camera and get us those exclusive visuals. Very, very significant in terms of this being seen as a good omen, prosperity throughout there, all that. But this is coming all amid strict adherence to the COVID protocol as well there.
Yes, already while they send out the invites, the Bombay Stock Exchange, when they send out the invites, they have mentioned in that that even from the media organization, very limited people would be allowed. And here also, during the Muhurat trading, when it will begin, usually all the traders who are doing the Muhurat trading, they bring along all the family members along with them, and they are the entire hall of BSE is crowded. But this time around, it is limited people. And apart from that, we like I've also mentioned that mostly traders buy during this entire 1 hour, both in NSE and BSE. It is the sign of prosperity. The entire samvat that would be followed after this particular Muhurat would be bringing prosperity, and that is the thought what goes into it. So when they start doing the Muhurat trading, we'll ask them what sectors, what stocks are they really interested in, and what sectors would be the ones to look out for during the entire year next year.
Thank you very much, Shama, for joining us from Muhurat Trading Center. They are live in Mumbai. Wishing you once again, you and your team and our entire Mumbai Bureau, very, very happy Diwali. Thank you. And before we wrap up, let's quickly take a look at the update on the COVID-19 front from across the country. Well, India has crossed another milestone with the registering over 81 lakh recoveries so far. The active caseload has now shrunk below 5 lakh mark. That's the good news. The recovery rate has improved further to 93.5%, while the case fatality rate has dropped to 1.47%. 47,992 recoveries have been recorded in the last 24 hours, which actually takes the cumulative total of recovered or discharged COVID-19 patients to 81,63,572. Basically 81 lakh plus. And with these numbers, the recovery rate currently stands at 93.5%. Now, India's three-pronged strategy, that is testing, tracing and treating, is proving to be a great success. The fatality rate has further dropped to 1.47%. The number of active COVID-19 cases in India now stand at 4,80,719, which is 5.48% of the total cases that have been reported so far. Meanwhile, as per the data of Indian Council Medical Research is concerned, the ICMR, a total of 9,29,491 COVID-19 tests have been conducted in the last 24 hours, which has taken the total tally of tests to cross 12 crore 40 lakh 31,230. Well, the nation is also remembering the country's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on his birth anniversary today. The day is also celebrated as Children's Day. Paying rich tributes to Pandit Nehru, Prime Minister Modi tweeted, "My humble tribute to the country's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on his birth anniversary." Unquote. Quickly moving on to some international news. Billionaire Elon Musk's SpaceX is all set to send a crew of 4 astronauts to the International Space Station in NASA's first operational mission using Crew Dragon capsule. The Crew Dragon capsule is called Resilience, and it will be carrying 3 US astronauts and 1 from Japan, Soichi Noguchi. The 8-hour flight to the station is SpaceX's first operational mission, as opposed to a test, after NASA officials signed off on Crew Dragon's design. SpaceX's groundbreaking Demo 2 mission delivered 2 NASA astronauts safely to the ISS, that is International Space Station, earlier in May. It was actually harrowing as actual humans tested out Crew Dragon for the first time. This time, the crew will follow the footsteps of that successful mission with a launch on a Falcon 9 rocket from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And the world today celebrates World Diabetes Day. It is being observed today to raise awareness about the diabetes. The main motive of the day, diabetes is preventable in most cases. Let's take a look at this report.
Diabetes is a major health concern worldwide. Diabetes is a condition that impairs the body's ability to produce insulin and process blood glucose, also known as blood sugar. People with diabetes are more likely to develop certain other medical conditions. Global epidemic of obesity and overweight seen in the young population is raising diabetes incidence in these young adults.
World Diabetes Day has been dedicated this year to nurses and diabetes because nurses play a very important role in the management of diabetes. They play a very crucial role in the day-to-day care of a diabetic patient. So that's why World Diabetes Day has dedicated this day to the nurses.
People with pre-diabetes are at a risk of developing type 2 diabetes. If a person is pre-diabetic, making healthy lifestyle changes can help to stop the progression of type 2 diabetes. Know your risk factors for diabetes and take action. Eating a healthy diet, being physically active, maintaining a normal body weight, reducing the weight if you are obese or overweight, practicing yoga, avoiding tobacco and limiting alcohol, and getting the blood pressure checked regularly may help to prevent diabetes. Kiran Bhardwaj, DD News.
And as the lights of festivities brighten up your lives, your evenings, remember, don't forget to keep the virus at bay along with sweets. Gift a mask this festive season. That's a beautiful way of celebrating Diwali. Mask Up India. Remember, social distancing, frequent hand washing and masking is very important. Namaskar.